Hello, YouTube, and welcome. It is I, your host, Cosmos, back at it again, bringing you guys some more content. This is going to be a Joust-centered video, but this will touch all modes, honestly. Maybe not even just Joust. But we will not be playing the game, but we'll be talking about the game, and specifically we're going to be going over the meta Guardian build. Well, I don't know if I would say it's the meta Guardian build, but this is a Guardian build that I've been messing around with quite a bit recently, and honestly, it feels better than any other Guardian build currently. It's just the best build. Gonna be completely honest. It takes advantage of the most recent change to Relic Dagger, having 50 seconds off on the cooldown there. So you can have a Bracer of Radiance on a 50-second cooldown with Relic Dagger because it's a 100-second base, and it just a little bit strong. That in combination with Eldritch Dagger, the glyph of Relic Dagger, you're able to see wards for 20 seconds after you drop a relic. So drop your Bracer and then you run around the jungle and kill wards. Super, super strong, and it increases your protections too when you do it. But I'll try to make this video as quick as possible while also explaining everything in as much detail as you need. The build is pretty simple. If you're playing Joust, you do a very classic Guardian start of Thebes, Sands of Time. And then you're going to finish Thebes. And your core is Relic Dagger that you finish into Eldritch Dagger. And the only ones that I would say need to be in this order would be Sands of Time into Thebes. So the rest of the items that I put here, you will order however you feel like based on how the game is going and what kind of protections you need. But the core is Sands of Time, Thebes, and Relic Dagger, or Eldritch Dagger. If you're playing anything that's not Joust, you build War Flag, because War Flag is insanely good. Can't build it in Joust, though, so not going to be able to do it. But it does make sense. War Flag in combination with, like, other movement speed items like Bracer. They just go really well together. So if you can build War Flag, you should build War Flag. But since this is mainly a Joust thing, Sands of Time is what you want. And once again, these are the only two items that you need to build in this specific order. The rest of the items go Shogun, Spirit Robe, Eldritch Dagger. If you're not an amazing Shogun's character, Fafnir is just like a really good Shogun's character. Like if you're playing like Maui, for example, or you're playing, this build really works well on Baron. Baron's an okay Shogun's character, but not like Fafnir is, because Fafnir, you're stacking the attack speed buffs really hard with the Shoguns, and the cooldown goes a really long way on him. On a character like Baron, if you're doing this on like Athena, like a more of a support character that's not really making use of the attack speed as much, Talisman of Energy, it's a very nice one to slot in instead of Shoguns. You can build them together, but you will be going pretty heavy into magic defense. So these are the main items to choose from. You can flex a little bit and have some situational stuff going on with like Magi's over Spirit Robe. You could build Mantle over Spirit Robe if you think that would be better. If you need like a damage item, you could throw an E-Staff in there somewhere. Physical defense, if people are building crit, of course, you can consider Spectral. And Midgardion's a really good one to slow down those hunters in Joust. But ideally, quote unquote, your build goes something like this, that, and then you have one slot to put whatever the heck you want in. And that's the build. Really simple. The only other thing to note is the relic choice. You're going Bracer. I can't put the actual Bracer of Radiance. You want the one that's like blue and pink, the left one, I believe it is, not the other one. The other one is some garbage. So, and then the other relic you choose is just depending on the game. You get to choose whatever other relic you want. The Bracer, I like to get at level 12 because the Bracer doesn't really become that sick until you hit level 12 and are able to buy the full thing. So I'm not trying to go out of the base with like my starter item and a full Bracer, because honestly I just think it's a waste of 800 gold. But yeah, that's why I like getting Bracer at level 12, because it's not that good until you fully upgrade it to that 800 gold upgrade. So the other relic you get depends. I really like Med lately, Horrific Emblem, Heavenly Wings if they've got a ton of slows. If they have a good thing that you can Curse Stonk is super, super good. Both versions of Curse Stonk are really solid. And then you could get Frenzy too. But you don't really need to go Beads most of the time. Beads isn't exactly the best relic to be abusing with the Eldritch Dagger. So you really want to get those high impact team fight relics. If there's like an Odin, you could buy Shell. You watch me, you know that Shell isn't my favorite relic. I like to try and get something else if possible. I think it has more impact. But yeah, that's the build. And now the only thing we need to talk about really are the characters you can use it on. You want to focus on characters that can play in the backline or just have really good abilities to work with the rest of this build. Like Fafnir, for example, you use the Shoguns really well on him. And you can play with your backliners and give them bracers because you've got really long range engage / your engage with the hammer is from distance, so you can be playing with your backliners a lot of the time. Other characters that fit that role, less so in Joust. This is more for other modes. Maui is a really good one. But in Joust, like Atlas is really solid with it. Athena is really solid with it, mainly because she's just Athena and she's just really strong right now. Yamoja is very strong with it, but not a lot of Yamoja players in Joust. You can do it on most of the Guardians, but I'm just naming the ones that are the strongest with it. You can go outside the Guardian class and do it on Baron Samdi is one that I've really been enjoying it on. And there's one Guardian I forgot. Ganesh is super solid with this build path, especially when you're not playing Joust and you get War Flag, because it's really easy to stack up those War Flag stacks since you can't really get last hits on him as long as your teammates are around, right? And then you could do it on Ares, I guess. He'd be alright, but the main ones are Fafnir, Ganesh, Baron, Yamoja, Maui. Because those characters are all able to play from range and really like stick with their team and apply those buffs and abuse those auras to give movement speed, attack speed, and all that good stuff. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little quick video on the only build you really need on a support in Joust right now. You should be aiming to really utilize this build on pretty much most characters you play. If you're trying to go for like an actual supportive build, it's very fun because you get to move very quick. It doesn't have a lot of like power items in it like you see a lot of these tankier Joust guys go so that they can have kill potential. But it really does buff up your team and make your team fight much stronger. Oh, I almost forgot. Charon is really good with this build. So like Charon and Atlas are two ones that are very Joust specific that are really good with this build because of their range. You can play with the boys and just provide all those auras. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you did, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Hope this build helps you out, gets you some wins, and I'll see ya in the next one. Peace!